So in this tutorial, I'm gonna teach you how to make the board that I made for my mom for her birthday. It's family birthdays board, and this is just a regular board, and I did the knockout design with HTV vinyl. And then I just added the names at the bottom on the months. So it's a lengthy tutorial. So if you just want to learn how to do the knockout, just watch the first half. And then the second half is me cutting out the designs and actually applying the HTV. I do have to tell you that the knockout design, I create an Inkscape. It's pretty simple. It's very simple, actually, to do the knockout design in Inkscape. So I will show you how to do that in the tutorial. The one thing that you will notice is when I created the design on the video, I did the hearts in pink and the circles in blue originally. And then when I put the whole design together, I looked and I was like, pink and blue just do not go with these colors. So I redid them in red and tan color. And yes, my Cricut did write all of the names and birthdays on it. And I also created these butterflies, but that's a separate tutorial that I'll be doing on butterflies using HTV as well. So okay, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you actually create one of these. These are pretty cool. After I did it, I was like really super happy with it, and I hope you create one and share your pictures with me. I would love to see them. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so let's start doing the knockout design. First, I want to type the back word that I did was family, and I want to do that first. So let's just open a text box, and the font that I used for the one that I made was called right here, Mescalero Pro Demi Bold, and that's a Cricut font. So I select that and I type the word family. I can't even type family in all caps. Bring that up, and let me just resize it. I used it at, it was 13,569, and it all depends. You will resize it based on the canvas or whatever surface you're using. You're going to resize it based on that. So the one that I had was pretty big. It was about 18-inch canvas. So we'll resize that. And then now birthdays, it's gonna go another text box, and I use that famous I Love Glitter font that everybody loves from the font. And if you don't have it or you don't know how to download a font from the font, I will this is all I will link in this video how you can find and upload that font and how you can use it. So right now it just says I Love Glitter, and there's some glyphs that come with this font. That's like some swirlies and some hearts. So the first one I want is the swirly, which I know is a bracket. So the left bracket brings in the swirly. If you can see the little left bracket, let me make this a little bigger so you can see. So see, I typed the left bracket here. And that brought up the swirly, and now I want the hearts, and the hearts I know is an underscore. So let me go back into my text box. It's an underscore, so it brings that little heart, and then I just want to type birthdays, but I don't want it in caps. And then again, I want another little heart, so I do underscore and then the left side bracket just to close it out and have the loop. So let's bring this down, make it a little smaller so you can see. So there it is. And then all of this, I want this together. So you come up to your letter spacing and you keep hitting the down arrow until it squishes them and, you know, to a point that you're happy with. And I just want them at least to be touching. The R, I never let it touch because then I feel like it's a weird, it looks kind of weird. I just leave it, and I think that's good where it's at now. I just leave that little space because otherwise it just looks like a weird letter with just it attached here. But I like the way this looks. I'm gonna keep this here. On mine, I added, you don't have to, but I added 2 little hearts at the end to sort of, I felt like that sort of completed the project. So I just, from shapes, I just found a little heart, size it to what you want, rotate it to wherever you want, and then I just attached it here. I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to go up here and flip it so that it's the same, but just facing the other way, so I can put one here. And once you're happy with your design, the way it looks, just highlight the entire thing, go down to your bottom, right under your layers panel, and hit weld. And everything now becomes one full piece. And now we have to make now out of this, we need to make the knockout design that's going to go here to cut out the pieces. So for this project, you need Inkscape. That's another software program. It is completely free. You can download it on your computer. I believe there's a version for your phones as well, an iPad if you have that. I have mine open. It looks like this. It's like this little triangle looking little ink blot. So there it is. And there's a lot of features that you can do on Inkscape. It's another software program very similar to people use Adobe Pro to do some of their graphics and things like that. So it's similar to that, to create your own SVGs. I use it for making some labels, some for my planner, and to create SVGs and things like that. So I'll learn more about it and maybe do some tutorials on that for you. So let me go back to my Cricut Design Space, and I want to just take this over there. And I sometimes, we used to be able to highlight, like sort of send this to print and save it as an image, but I found a much shorter way. There's this little tool in Windows called where is it? Right here. It's called snipping tool. And it just lets you take a little piece of whatever you want and copy it. If you're using a Mac, I think it's the Command Shift 4 does the exact same thing. So in Windows, I actually hold down the little Windows key and Shift at the same time, and then the letter S for snipping. And it turns the window this way. It'll show you up here. You can do it as a rectangle. You could do it like freeform, different things. So all I want is to highlight this little piece as a rectangle. You let go and it automatically copies it. And you know that it's copied. You go into your Inkscape and then you paste it like Control V. And there it is. So you don't have to save that image. You don't have to do, and that's, a tool that you can use for anything. Like if there was an image, a piece of that image that I wanted to save on another program, like I wanted to take it to PowerPoint or something else, you can do that as well. The snipping tool is very handy. We're in Inkscape, and here's what we copied. So what we want to do is do path and trace bitmap. So we have to create an SVG out of this so that then we can make that bubble look. Make sure this is selected, and you'll know it's selected because it now has that rectangle around it with these little black arrows. And you'll see when you do trace, you'll go over here, path, trace bitmap. This little box shows up over here. And this is only one color, so this is fine. 2 is the minimum that it goes to, and you want this to at least the highest resolution. So at 1.0 it turns all black, so just go down 1, and you want this at that highest level before it turns to a full black box. The other thing you want to make sure is that remove background is checked. So right now, yep, it's checked off right now. It's a tiny little arrow there. And then once you see it, you hit OK. It's a little flash usually that happens in your screen. And now there should be 2 copies of this. Okay, so now you have 2 of the birthdays showing up. We're going to work with the top one, which is the new layer, the new SVG. And you can tell because it's a little darker than the other one. This one we went really dark when we did up to the 99 points on the path. So what you would do to make this like a bubble effect, you hold Control and you hit 0. Control 0, and automatically it just bubbles it up. Okay, so you hit it like 3 times, and then you see this bubble effect. If I want to get rid of 1, let me see if I get rid of 1. Maybe 2. Maybe 2 is enough. Let me see what 1 more looks like. You just keep hitting Control 0 till you think it's enough. Yep, I think I like that one. So I did it 3 times. I think that's fine. So now, anyway, you want to save this now as an SVG. So let's do that. Let's hit File, Save As, SVG. Put it somewhere where you remember. I put it on my desktop so that I remember, because we want to bring it into Cricut Design Space. Okay, so go back into Cricut Design Space. You have this and you have that. Now you want to bring in your bubble. I'm not sure what the technical term is, but bubble is what I use. Upload. And remember where you put it. I put mine in my desktop. So actually it's right here. Open it up. Sometimes it says that it's not supported, but continue anyway, and it shows up. It's just because it's bringing it in from a different software program. Insert your image. There it is. So now you want this image to be the exact same size as you want this. So first make this whatever size you want. Let me change this color so I can see it better. To expand it out, make it as tall, as long. I feel like I'm happy with it like this. I don't want it to be too crazy. I feel like this is good. So this is 1474-1254. So then you want to make this the same exact thing, because this is the red is gonna be an exact overlay over it. 14724. Can't remember the next number to save my life. 1474. I combined them. 1474-1254. 1254. There we go. So let's move this out of the way. Let's put this in there. And let's just highlight the two of these so that we can center them. Align horizontally. And then just highlight them both together. Hit your slice. Just move, easiest way is just to move the big word out of the way, because there's going to be like a lot of layers of slicing on this. So it's easier to just get the big word out of the way. Let me move that to the back. And now the red would fall right in here. Now you can align it, because now you'll see where the bubbles pop up. You know, this is a D, you know, this is a little bubble for H and the T, and this little bubbles here is for the heart, and this one here is for your other heart. So you would just align it accordingly until you're happy with it. And that's all there is to it, guys. Like, really, this looks like a little is off. You know what you do? You just unlock it. And then you just move this over to where you want and just keep shifting it over. I feel like this is looking better. And you just keep messing with it. I think this is great. This looks good here, because everything looks aligned with its line here, the two little bubbles, the three little bubbles. Lock it back up, and there you have your family birthday sign. And then you would cut this as two different layers. You would cut this with whatever color you want, and then you would cut this out of whatever color you want. And you can use it on whatever surface you want. Like, you can do this on wood. I did mine on wood, and I actually used HTV, the heat transfer vinyl, with my mini press, and I actually heated on there, and it's not going anywhere. But you can also use 651 vinyl, which is like the permanent vinyl. That's really great. And the 651 is also great for outdoors. If it's something that you want to put outdoors, a sign, that's the one that you would use for outdoors as well. All right, guys, so now I have to put the whole thing together. This is just, you can use a shadow box. This is just a rectangular. You use a frame without the glass, or a shadow box. And this is what I'm going to use to make my sign. It's just like a wood board with a wood backing on it. So I cut out the months and the bottom that I'm going to put. I cut them out in red. And then, let's see, I have family cut out, and I did like a copperish espresso. And this is a Cricut vinyl that I love, an iron-on that I love. And then the birthdays is going to be in red as well, and that's going to go right in the middle there. I think she'll love that. Crossing my fingers, ironing on a wood backing instead of a fabric. I'm going to do the dates, the months first, because if it doesn't work, I don't want to screw up the other stuff. So I just attached my file and cut it all in one row, so I didn't have to worry about measuring it and aligning it. I'm just going to put it, eyeball it here, just to make sure that it looks like from the end here and here, that it looks like the same distance. And then as far as height, somewhere in the middle of this, you can put it. Let's see. Yep, I'll buy that. So I just want to stick it down. You know, the HTV, the heat transfer vinyl, comes with that sticky backing. So that really helps to sort of hold it in place while I do this. And I'm going to use my mini easy press to do this. And wish me luck. But I think I'm just going to pull up and see what happens. Okay. I'm happy. I like it. I like it. Works for me. No matter how many projects I've done, I always get nervous. I guess it's normal because you really want your projects to look good. Especially this one is for my mom for her birthday. So again, my mini is going to do the trick here. Oh my God, it looks so nice, guys. Can you see that? I love that. It looks really good. Let's line this up again. Okay. This goes here. This goes over. I can always tell the TH and the D are really my guides because I have to fit them in on each of those bubbles. And I want it to be in sort of center. I like that. I like that. I like that. Look at this. Can you see this? And I'm going to show you the rolls of vinyl that I used for this. The red is actually a Sizer brand, and the copperish brown is Cricut. So let me show you. This is what they look like. This is the copper. It's like an espresso, it's called. It's just beautiful. I had never used it before. It's my first time, and I'm in love. And then this red electric one from Sizer. So this is what it looks like. This is the Sizer. It's the Easy Weed Electric HTV in red. And then from Cricut brand, it's the Cricut Foil Iron-On. And it said espresso somewhere. That's where I saw the name. Oh, here, espresso. So these are the two that I used. And then I'm just going to hang my little names on the bottom. A little while, but I wanted to show you the supplies that I got to make this project. I ordered this, it's a rose gold open jump ring kit from Amazon. And I'll put the link to the bottom. But it came with all different size little rings that we're going to use to put them in the little holes to dangle all of the names. And I'm going to use, I looked at all of them. These are tiny, tiny. And they all gradually go up in size. And the one that's next to last, I think, is the right size. I don't want it too small, and I want it to be enough space between each one so it sort of dangles and has some movement. So I'm going to use that. And it came with these tweezers, which are great because you can pick little things up. And it actually came with this tool to help you open the little rings. So that's what you need to hook up all the little names at the bottom. Now, to hook the little rings into the actual shadow box that you use, you need these. And these are called screw eyes. S-C-R-E-W, screw eyes. And I got these tiny ones, which I'll link as well to the bottom. So this is the one that you're actually going to screw into the board at the bottom, that then your first ring will click into and dangle down. So they're cute, these little tiny things. Let's see how I can maneuver and get that done. I may have to have my husband just pre-drill like really tiny holes for me. He says I can't really use my arm to screw these in. If it's really easy, I'll just do it with my left hand. So that's what I have. And I'm just going to start putting the rings on. I'll show you a couple of them to see how it goes. And then I'll just fast forward or just move on to the next step. First, I have to make sure that I connect the right ones to the right one. So this is February and then this is March. So at least I have those going. So I'll get a ring. And these are so soft to open. I tried one just to see if I was able to do it. And I am. They're so really soft. I can't see well, so I don't know where the opening is. Oh, it's over here. Okay, so just have to pull it. So I could literally do it with my hand. It's so soft to open these, which is really great because I was worried if I was going to be able to do this project or not. But this is for my mom, and I want to make sure I do it, and I want to make sure I do it nice. And then you just close that one, and that's the one that's going to be looped to the top. And then you have to add another one at the bottom to connect the other name. And some of them don't have, like, I don't have a second, like for March, I only have one name, but I still did the whole. Because you never know in the future. She may want to add, like, her, you know, her friends' birthdays or other things. So I just wanted to give the opportunity for that little hole to already exist. And she can connect other things, and I can make that for her. So now I got to connect this one to here. And I'm struggling, but it really is an easy process. I'm just struggling because of my situation, but that's it. Look how cute. So it's going to dangle. All right, one mistake. I'm glad I did that. One mistake. I put it on backwards. So you have to make sure that when you put it in, they're both going to be facing forward. But I really do like how it dangles. The other thing that I see is that for the top, I feel like I want more space. So I may change this top one to be a bigger one. The first one on top to be the bigger hoop so that it dangles a little lower. And then use the second size for the bottom. Let me just try and fix this real quick. So, like I said, this is they're very soft and it's easy to do. But right now for me, everything is a challenge. Oh, here it is. But it's doable, guys. It's totally doable. Okay, so I'll take it and flip it and close it. And I could close it right with my left hand, which is great. And then, and then I didn't close it all the way. This is hilarious. Okay, so if it's face up, it has to be face up. It has to be face this way. I'm hoping that is correct. Okay, it's closed. Yay, I did it. Let me see if I could just change this top one to see if I like that better. Give you a better idea. Okay, change that to the bigger one. I feel like the top one needs a little more space. There's so many that come in here, so it's a really great supply. I can't remember the price, but for the kit, but I'll definitely link it to the bottom so that you see. Just make sure they're fully closed when you do it. I'm going to do all of these and then go through it one more time. Make sure that they're fully closed. Yeah, I like that better. That has a lot more room in there for when it dangles. Cute. So there you have it. That's how I'm going to do all of them. All right. I will be back once I'm done. Hey guys, so I'm back and I put most of the little hooks on. I just left 2 out so I can show you how I did it. Wasn't as hard as I thought I was gonna have a hard time doing it because of my hand. I did everything with my left hand, and my handy dandy Cricut tools are actually what helped do this. So one is like the quilling tool and the other one is like the weeder. So I just went and looked sort of across the month that I wanted, and then sort of eyeballed where I want it in the middle. Just made like an initial push down with the quilling tool. And then I took the weeder and put that in and then just made a hole. Just kept pushing down gently, not hard because I didn't want to break my tool, but just enough that it created a pre-hole. Just like a, sort of like if it was a pre-drilled hole. And then I took one of the little inserts and then just started rotating it in there. And I guess it'll be different depending on what material you're using, but I got super lucky that this was much softer wood, and I could do it all with my left hand. So I'm just turning it until I get it in, and I want them all facing the same way, so they're all facing out. Let's see. Goes in a little deeper. It's a little harder. It's easier for me to twist a little bit. No. Okay, so that's it. And I'm trying to keep them all pretty even across. And then we just have the last one again. Take the quilling tool, look for the month, sort of in the middle, then eyeball across where you already have the other ones, and make just an initial, just a little hole that then you can get your other tool in there to open the hole up more. And just enough so that you can start putting in the little screw. So if you have like a drill with a little thin bit, you can just do that. If you have like a skinny tool, you could just do it with the weeding tool, or if you have something else that's sharp, scissors or something. It's just to at least just start a little hole, and that's it. They're all done. So I'm gonna gather all my little hearts, and I will come back and we're gonna connect all the little names, and then we will be done with this project. Okay, so I'm back. As you can see, my hearts look a little different than the tutorial I did on cutting them. Once I did the board and I looked at the colors, I was like, I do not like the pink and the blue hearts with this. I just didn't like the color combo. So I did them all over. And then so all you have to do is open a little bit the top ring that you had originally, and then just put it through the little loop. And again, this is going to be a super challenge for me. So, but it is doable. That's it. Put it in and then just lock it. Thank God these things are so soft to close. But I'll just do a couple of them with you, and then so that you know how to do it. But that's it. It's just really just opening the ring, inserting it in, and locking it. And then it's going to look like this. Let me see if I can turn this so you can see it dangling. So it's going to be like this. It's going to just dangle with the names on the bottom. And it's cute. Like if there were a lot of people in 1 month, it would dangle longer than shorter. So I will finish all of these, and then I will show you a finished product. So again, it's Arlene from A Crafty Latina. Thank you so much for sticking with me and watching this tutorial. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you decide to make your own. Again, I'll link the Amazon tool set that I got at the bottom, so you can see what that is, and the names of the Cricut and the Sizer HTV that I used for it. So thank you so much, and make sure to hit subscribe or like if you like this video, and also check out my blog, acraftylatina.com. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.